Hello guys, and welcome to my very first ever YouTube video. Welcome to the channel, Assassination Gaming. So what we're doing today is we're actually going over the brand new MC car duplication glitch that just came out 2 days ago. Sorry I'm a little late to this. I just wanted to make sure I had it down and worked out all the kinks.
What's your poison?
And I've also done some exploring and kind of learned some new stuff that really hasn't been covered anywhere else. So I don't know, I wanted to make sure I had some content, and I was able to actually do the glitch effectively and make sure I really have it down before I make a video on it. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So before we start, there are a few things that you'll need. First of all, you will absolutely 100% need a motorcycle club. 1 floor or 2 floor does not matter if you're on Xbox One or Xbox 360. However, if you are on, actually they haven't made this game for Xbox 360 and PS3, scratch that. But if you are on PS4, there is only one you can get. I'm not sure whether it's the 1 floor or the 2 floor. Just check, the link will be in the description. I'll be sure to let you guys know whether it's the one with 1 floor or whether it's the one with 2 floors.
That'll fix what ails you.
So, what we need to make sure we have here are all of our garages completely full of elegies. And, sorry, I just got very drunk there. As you can see, here I'll go to Travel and Transport, Legendary, and we're just going to go sort by price, find it the easiest. This is just one of the places you can find elegies, just for those of you guys who are kind of new to the game. And you can see here, if I hit order, I have all either elegies or elegy retro customs. Elegy retro customs are the car I highly recommend doing this with, as it doesn't really work with supercars. I know a lot of you guys who might have seen the glitch otherwhere, or on other channels elsewhere. You guys probably wondered why they're using elegy retro customs and not, say, an insanely expensive supercar that you could sell for millions of dollars.
I'll keep a seat warm.
So, just to kind of break that down, the reason behind that is when you duplicate supercars, they have a tendency to lose value. For example, I tried that same thing because not too long ago I was thinking just about the same thing, and I tried it with X80s, the most expensive supercar there is, a fully upgraded X80, and it reduced the price on all my duplicates to about $180,000. And I mean, it's not a bad price for a car, but still, you could even sell a stock elegy retro custom for more than that. So actually, that's one thing I did want to get into before we started this is, so if you do not have an elegy retro custom, or it's just not upgraded, or whatever the case may be, one way to get one is actually, this job will give you the car for totally free. So, what we want to make sure we do, again, is just make sure you have all your elegies full in all your other garages. You want to have as many garages as you possibly can. Don't buy apartments for extra garage space, because they won't work with one of the methods I'm going to show you. And make sure you have just nothing but garages, high-end garages, 10 cars, all the way through. If you have any garages with less than 10 cars, like say a 2-car, 4-car, 6-car, 8-car, just replace it with a 10-car. I promise the money payout, one of these cars will pay for 5 of those garages. So it's definitely worth the investment. Also in here, in your MC club, you want to make sure in your garage you have at least a couple Fagios. I like to fill the whole thing. The reason I don't have the whole thing full right now is because in these invisible slots, these are actually elegy retro customs, they're duplicates. But you want to make sure you have at least a few bikes or at least a couple Fagios. And the reason is because we're going to be pretty much relying on our garage to be a little bit laggy here. And as we're doing this, we really want to make sure that we have enough time to successfully play a game of darts, which you'll understand the reason behind that in just a few moments once I've started the glitch up. So just again, you want to make sure you have at least all your garages filled with elegies before we start, and if not, if you don't have a lot of garages, then at least fill this one all with fagios. You can turn them all into elegy retro customs. They will be invisible, and the way to get them is to call your mechanic. But if I go and I stand in this blue circle here, you can actually see elegy retro customs in all of these invisible slots. So you can find your fagios on Southern San Andreas Motorsport. It's the website. No, it's Southern San Andreas Super Autos, excuse me. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start the game. It is a job, and I will leave the link to the job in the description. Now, if you have 2 floors or if you have 1 floor, that will determine which of these you're going to end up doing. So, if you have 1 floor, you will be doing a stunt race. It will be this one right here. I'm not too sure what this one is yet. It will be this one, actually. I'm not too sure what this one is yet. I found this on the social club by the same guy who made this one. He said to bookmark it, so I bookmarked it. I haven't quite tried it out yet. But this will be the one right here. It's a stunt race, and races, this will be the one, just a regular land race. This will be the one for if you have 2 cars, 2 floors in your motorcycle club. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this job here. I didn't show you guys here, but actually you want to make sure you are in an invite-only session. It'll just load the game in a closed session automatically, make things a little bit easier. And this is where you can change your class. Now, this is the only setting you really should change. Okay, so I mean, if you're trying to get cars for free, you could do a supercar. You could give yourself a garage full of X80s if you just want it to look cool. I mean, you could give yourself a T20 if you want. I mean, only difference between that and a real T20 is it's not going to sell for nearly as much. Again, it will sell for maybe, I mean, X80 is the most expensive car sold for only $180,000. So I really wouldn't recommend it. Motorcycles, I'm not too sure. You might be able to duplicate the Shotaru if you duped it over a regular motorcycle. Only thing is you won't be able to do it the traditional way. You'll have to do it the alternate method, which I found, which I'll show you guys later, if it was possible. I haven't actually tested that yet. I'll test it later on, and if I find something out, I'll let you guys know. It could possibly be more valuable. But sports is definitely the best class for this, for duplicating, that is. Now, if you want any of these cars, if you want a muscle car, if you want, anything besides a sports car or a BMX in your car slot, I'll show you guys how to do that in another video. Then, I mean, it's definitely better to go with that class that you're trying to get the car from. However, you do want to make sure that you're on sports for duplicating. And the reason for that is because we're going to be using the most expensive duplicatable car. Because the whole purpose of duplicating is, of course, to sell the car. So matchmaking is obviously on closed since we started in an invite-only session. That's perfect. And we're just going to go ahead and hit play. Just loading in here. Okie dokie, and this is where we get to pick our car. So as you guys can see here, I have a lot of LG Retro Customs. I'm just going to pick one of them and hit confirm, because that is the car I want to duplicate. Now, if you wanted to duplicate another car that you don't have, or you wanted to just get a car for free, you would simply choose a car. Now, for duplicating, if you don't have an LG Retro Custom, I did say you could get the car for free. How you would do that is just select the computer stock version of the LG Retro Custom. Now, it won't come with any upgrades. It won't come with any... It'll just be stock pretty much. It won't sell for nearly as much as a fully upgraded Retro Custom. However, the price will still be a lot higher than that of any other car that you already duplicate right now. So, I mean, with that being said, I don't see any reason not to start. So let's go ahead and hit play. And your controller might rumble a little bit because you're going to spawn all glitched into this motorcycle club. This is the 2-floor one. I'm using the 2-floor one. You'll see a little bit of glitchiness. You look underneath the map a little bit, and this is kind of weird. I don't think I've ever seen it start this way. Whoa, okay, my camera's a little weird right now. This is, I don't think I've ever seen this happen. Okay, well, I'm just going to do what I normally would do, and I'm going to hold Y to respawn. I have never seen that happen before. That is the very first time I've ever seen that one happen. So we're just going to hold Y to respawn. We should... Okay, yeah, this is looking pretty normal. You respawn in your motorcycle club, and what you're going to do is you're going to wait, and as soon as you see the screen light up a little bit there, you're going to hold down Y. Now, for people with one floor in their garages, you're actually going to do it a little bit differently. And you're going to walk over to the dartboard and you're just going to spam right and A on the D-pad and A. Now, like I said, for people with one floor, you are going to do this a little bit differently. I'm just going to stop to talk about this for a moment. So what you're going to do, people with one floor in your garage, is you're actually going to wait until just after you hear the door swing. That tends to be just about the right time for you guys to start respawning. If you respawn too late, what will happen is it's not the end of the world if you respawn too late. If you respawn too late, then this will happen. I'm going to show you guys right now. All that's going to happen is you're going to spawn in your motorcycle club with your car. And, I mean, you can still get out of the car. I've seen it work. It doesn't work as well as just spawning without a car initially. If you respawn too early, here, I'll show you guys that after I respawn late again. Sorry about that. So this is respawning late again. You know, you just spawn in with your car. No big deal. Now, if you respawn early, say you start holding it in the black screen, right? That was obviously way too early. This is what happens. You just get this gray screen, and your car kind of floats there, and then it disappears. And it should say wrong way in a minute, and it'll just sit there for a minute, and it'll eventually boot you back to where you're supposed to be. So there we go. So now we're actually about to spawn back outside here, and I was a little late to the button, so pardon me there, but I'm actually just going to skip this video to the part where I get it right on the game of darts. So I'm going to pause the recording, and I shall resume it just as soon as I've gotten it right. Okay, and we got it. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to sit here in the darts thing for a couple seconds. You don't actually have to play. I'll just take a quick shot here. Oh, sick. Got a bullseye. Okay. And then you can just quit. You don't have to sit there for too long. I mean, just a couple seconds to make sure everything's loaded in. Everything's good. And now you'll notice on the map you have all these little garage icons and everything just kind of floating all around. This is how you know you've done it right, is you won't be kicked out of your MC anymore. You'll be able to access every single one of your garages and every single one of your clubhouses, etc., everything. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to show you how you would duplicate one of these Fagios if you had to say all of these slots full here. What we're going to do, we're going to drive out. And now we're just going to hold down Y, and it'll respawn us right back inside. Loading in there. Okay, there we go. We're back in. Now we're going to sit in the car for a second until it calms down. Alright? We're going to get out of the car. We're going to get right back into it. And we're going to mash right on the D-pad. And it'll drive us right into our bike shop where we're not even supposed to really be able to have cars. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to, I mean, we're not going to run out of time. We do have unlimited time here. We're just going to go up to plate, and we're going to change the plate. It's nice and cheap, easiest thing to change. As far as money goes, especially if you're a little tighter on money. So you'll see we park back up here in what appears to be the living room / bar area, and we're just going to go on and run downstairs. And if we go over to that little blue circle here, you will see that the car, or the Fagio, is now invisible, but in its place is an LG Retro Custom. So, in order to get this LG Retro Custom, you would do the same thing you do to these, which is you just call your mechanic, and he will come right through and bring you your car to then sell, or move, or store somewhere else, or whatever you want to do with it. Same goes for any other car you would duplicate, is you would just find your you just find your car in your list of garages on the phone and have them deliver it. And then at that point you can move it to a different garage so you can take it out and whatever. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to drive one of these out. I'm not going to duplicate this just because it's like my first motorcycle I ever got when I started the game, the Body 801. So I don't know, this just kind of means something to me. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set our waypoint to another garage, and I'm going to show you guys two methods to duplicating cars. Now the first method is the one that that I'm sure are on all the forums, are on a lot of YouTubers' videos and stuff, and it's kind of a pain in the neck to have to drive back and forth, but you will have to drive back and forth in between each duplicate. So I mean, for that method, if that's one you're going to stick with, it would be better to make sure your motorcycle club is a little bit closer to all the garages that you plan on duplicating from. So, however, in this, I do have another method that does not involve driving at all, except for to your garage in the first place. So, here as you can see, I have a couple of duplicates already made here. These are just ones that I moved to this garage. So, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go over to one of these elegies, and we're going to get in. Again, this is the first method. This is the one that is not discovered by me. This is the original. So we're just going to drive out of our garage. Okay, now that we're out of our garage, you just hold down Y and respawn. And you do the same thing you did with the Faggio. I think it's just loading in there. There we go. Okay. Now we're just going to get out, get back in, and mash right on the D-pad to get right into the custom shop there.
What you need?
So now we're going to go up to plates, change the plate, and just go yellow on black.
Later.
And now we're good. So we have successfully made that car into a duplicate. If we go back to that garage, we'll see that. Now, what we're going to do next is we're actually going to go back to that garage, and I'm going to show you guys the method that I kind of discovered. And the reason I say that is actually because I partially discovered it. So what ended up happening was I was watching a video over on Brune Tango's channel. He's great. You guys should definitely go check him out. Shout out to him for having one of the first English tutorials on this glitch that was out. What I discovered on his channel was he posted a BMX in car slot video where essentially what you do is you pick a BMX for your vehicle instead of picking a car for your vehicle. And what he would do is he would, instead of driving out of the garage, do what I'm about to do, only I'm doing it with a car and not with a BMX. And I kind of just thought about it for a second. I was like, well, wouldn't it make sense if we could do that with cars too? It works with BMXs, it should work with cars. Well, turns out it does. So it's a little tricky. I'm still working out the bugs on it. I know that it does not work with apartments. The key here is to listen for the garage as you leave. If you're in a garage that you can't hear it when you exit, the duplication is not going to work. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to hold down the respawn, and right before this bar fills up, I'm going to tap the gas. Notice how you hear the garage there. And when you come out, it should flash. You'll see the motorcycle club really quickly, and then it will appear back on the street right in front of your garage. Just like that. You'll be a little glitched out for a second. You won't be able to move anything. And then the camera repositions behind you and you're good. Drive a little bit forward so the next one you bring out doesn't have any interference. Then you go right back in, and as you can now see, there should be an invisible car right there. Now, the reason that car is invisible is because in this mission, every time you drive a car out, the car will become invisible. Now, it did become an LG Retro Custom. I didn't have to change anything on it or anything. It won't die or anything like that. You don't have anything to worry about. it is just going to reappear when we go into free mode. So right now it will be invisible, and I think this way is a lot better because then you don't have to worry about driving back to your garage every single time. Only downside to this is it does not work with apartments. So what you might want to do is you might want to replace, if you have more than one apartment especially, replace those with a 10-car garage. Guarantee it'll be long worth it, and afterward when you're done duplicating you can even buy 2 or 3 more apartments with that money if you want. So I mean that's really all there is to cover on this glitch for right now. That's for duplicating, of course, but if I come across anything new, of course I will let you guys know. This is my very first video on YouTube, so I'm hoping this does kind of well. I could really use the encouragement. If we could get to a whopping 5 likes today, that would be absolutely incredible. It would make my day tremendously. And that's really all there is left to say. Also, I recommend subscribing. I will be making this a regular thing. If any new glitches come out, or any updates to this one, I will be updating my content regularly. If it becomes patched, I will, of course, title my video patched. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people don't do that to their videos. Again, shout out to Bruin Tango. He is always good about uploading or updating his titles on his videos to say patched before the glitch. So no one wastes their time or anything like that. Also, if you really want to, turn notifications on. Because like I said, if anything changes about this whatsoever, I will cover it here on Assassination Gaming. So, with all that being said, that's all for today's video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Alright, see ya.